Biren inaugurates 30-bed psychiatry ward, childcare center at James, says opening of full-fledged psychiatry ward at hospital timely. Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Chief Minister in Biren today inaugurated a 30-bed capacity psychiatry ward, a public waiting shed and a childcare center at Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, Jenims at Porompat. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said it is the perfect time for opening a full-fledged psychiatry ward at Jenims Hospital. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar and Additional Chief Secretary of Health and Family Welfare V. Bumlun Mang attended the inaugural program. Speaking on the occasion, Biren said, owing to insurgency and drug issues in the state, majority of the people have psychiatric problems. Hence, setting up a full-fledged psychiatry ward at Jenims is very timely. Loading the doctors, nurses and technicians of the hospital for their services, the Chief Minister said it is a good sign that the state is heading towards development. The state government is taking stringent steps to introduce schemes to increase infrastructure by giving special emphasis on health sector, he said. He appealed to the doctors, nurses and staff of the hospital to serve the patient with dedication. Stating that doctors of the state are compatible with doctors of other states, he said people tend to visit other states for treatment due to lack of infrastructure and manpower. He promised to work towards uplifting the hospital by improving its infrastructure. There have been talks for releasing a sum of 10 crore rupees for infrastructure and to fill in the manpower. If the plan succeeds, people of the state will no longer have to go to other states for treatment, he said. Chief Minister Biren further asserted that the current government is dedicated for the people. As such, the Jenims authority must work together like a family by maintaining discipline and professionalism. The government will never put pressure on things which seems impossible to achieve and lay stress on proper maintenance of a hospital. An engineering cell will soon be set up at Jenims Hospital, Biren said.
Once Assembly the Lakraba, MLA Werba, once government service some of the Sangakraba, you no more you belongs to your community. Once I government Manipur government services and Manipuri. Nakuki nate, Namaiti nate, Naganate, Namaiti Pangalate, you are a Manipuri. Apunbagi Yangadabri. Apun bagi khangadabni apun bagi ngangadabni aina pai do agi jati gi file du dum tawle ragde di ado aseng citizen nate India IPS kudima IS kudima India gi service of kudima Indian force aduna agi Manipur gi praja gi dalai mentality the please huji su leiri huji service da leiraba achaw position pair ga leiraba singda magi community dugi beyond Lantok of the way of you. Like a request, Lantok. I might eat the table. I will try to try it to Apunba Biren, Apun Museum. I'm not a Matino. Sigi Wakalon, she the walk or Kada unity, the oneness, she lacked away.
The investiture ceremony of UNACO School Commons Primary School Prefects Council 2022-23 was held at the school's multipurpose hall at Kongman today. MLA of Sagolban Assembly Constituency, R.K. Imo, Chairman of UNACO School and Irabanta graced the event as the chief guest and president respectively, while Director of UNACO School, Arup K. Makopadhyay, CEO of the school, Laisham Kogen, and Principal P. Surachandra attended the program as the guests of honor. Speaking on the occasion, MLA R.K. Imo said many schools have been established in the state. However, a big question remains if every school is providing quality education to the students, he said. The MLA commended UNACO School for taking the role of nurturing the young minds who are the future pillar of the society by providing quality education. He said parents are forced to send their children to other parts of the country to receive quality education but will not willingly send the children away from them if the state has the facility for quality education. MLA R.K. Imo also stressed the need to involve students in co-curricular activities such as sports, cultural activities, etc. Teachers and parents need to take equal role in guiding the students to the right path as the future of the society lies in their hands, he added.
Institute quality education se mapam loinak sunaba phangmangam dabani. We are lucky UNACO is here giving quality education. Student ama sangala ko matamda institute to gi yamna mathau ta ba haga da yam maru oiba akoi keno khara yawi aduna leiba koi manipur da su akoi angang sing mapan da set na khot na tawse. If we are going to have some of the best institutes in our state, maduda mapan da chatu huta koi sida tamba aduda drain of wealth is happening na ada thariba ko state ki economy su save tawba adigi di angang sing su inak ta leiba. I think every parent would want that. School sida achauba role ma lawraga akoi society sida sengat piraiba angang sing inhalakpa mayam achauba daitani. It's a big responsibility.
Chairman of UNACO School and Irabanta said the main objective of the school is to nurture and empower the future generation with right life skills and discipline and not just to impart lessons on academic books. Stating that the future of the society lies in the hands of the children, he emphasized the need to equip the students with leadership quality. He also stressed the need to teach students the importance of discipline for a progressive society.
ngarang hanjaka mafam sida koi class 12 ki farewell program api class 12 pass to chhatra je koi school lagi angang chani angai mani so na koi phongdo moda UNACO da sa koi chai tare ni pat kara like tamal ai sigi sanabi discipline emotion yam nungai na police karakan da koi kabai tongdo no ji ma koi do jo lamtak na nungai ta yawe adu khalaga koi soi dana mage koi mang jo hajak rabni police ama soi dana koi khalani na ama technical is nilo na mundi akoi chatra jing up to me oina ba kona makha bi mata koi ngambagai sim na baina koi chap chaba madugi pire tu lejai manipur gi future de koi isa isu myam ko leira bane makoi farakan da samaj phadoi ne makoi farakan da koi cha din farakan da koi yeng wakhan nungai na kotha ko bundori bane aduna sidagi na koi angang sem madigi hoina maru ro thabak leite habase akoi tau leite habase parent myam jo apil dau jage media is no myam jo apil dau jage ba ai cha din sem bai bale school la ngak na te parent ju chapa ba dai pele school ga parent ga punna khusam naraga apapata tatung pun tau naraga isa sem ka da ngang sem ka da angang phagani angang du pharaga da inu shanti ogani isa sai inu shanti oraga da namdam je shanti ogani ing bachik pa amadi chokot pa samaj akut ni pa mi du lakane.
Chief guest, president and guest of honor of the program encouraged new members of Primary School Prefects Council, the captains and vice captains of 4 houses, Sapphire House, Ruby House, Topaz House and Emerald House with sashes, badges and certificates on the occasion. Principal of the school, P. Surachandra, administered oath to the members of Primary School Prefect Council, while Director of the school, Arup K. Makopadhyay, lighted a flame of knowledge at the program. Member of Rajya Sabha King Sanajawalekshamba has called upon the people of the state to work towards promoting and safeguarding the culture and traditions of the state. The king was speaking at the Hegat Tamba ritual of Ibudau Langon Ningtho and Ibentho Langon Laima held on the 11th day of the month of Inga in Manipur lunar calendar every year at Kainol Thongkha Konung today. The ritual was organized by Ibudau Langon Ningtho Thobalup. Speaking further, Sanajawalekshamba said, Ibudau Langon Ningtho is an important god of Kanglei which is closely associated with the past, present and future of the state. He assured that steps will be taken to develop the surroundings of the shrine of Ibudau at the earliest. The king further called upon the people of the state to jointly take responsibility in protecting the culture and identity of the state, stating that the deity is not only for people of Kaino but for the whole Manipur. He said that the ritual will be held at state level from next year.
Haibaduma Langon Langdai, Haibatare, Madu Matamdo, Ekoi Sure, Aduga, Hector Kudakta, one body Adamanina, Tamna Kogi, P, Mapan, Taibadon Tairapani. I don't know, I do the Nikogi, Langon Langdai, Matamsita, Ekogi, Kanosis Hanana, but Langon Kumaji Hanana, Haidana Sigi, Budo, Langon, Indo, Amazon, Bendo, Langon Lamase.
Locals of Waitho blocked in Falmore Road last evening following eviction notice issued by Divisional Forest Officer to 69 people who built houses in the area by encroaching land in Waitho Protected Forest Area in Tawal District. The road blockades along Sangomsang at Waitho caused disruption to commuters. However, a team of Superintendent of Police, Tawal District, Jogesh Chandra Haubijam, controlled the irate locals. Out of 69 encroachers in Waitho Protected Forest Area, 48 people have accepted the eviction while 21 people have declined the notice. Speaking in relation to the eviction, Divisional Forest Officer T.H. Lokendra said, District Magistrate Tawal has ordered the illegal landholders who were served the eviction notice to demolish their houses by 5 p.m. today. If not, legal steps will be taken against them. According to reports received late last night, Forest Officer and SDO Lilong along with security personnel served the eviction notice to the 21 encroachers last night. Association of Drug Users Manipur ADUM staged a protest at Yaifa Thoni Community Hall at Kaishampat Lainazam Laikai today against violence inflicted on inmates of rehabilitation centers. Taking part in the protest, President of ADUM L. Gopicharan said there has been rise in use of violence towards inmates at rehabilitation centers. The protest was held to give a message to the people to stop such violence. He demanded human rights for every drug user's implementation of Manipur State Policy on Psychoactive Substance 2019 and to regulate government's guidelines at drug treatment centers. ADUM further demanded lawful actions against those involved in the incident.
Manipur treatment centers drug charity single lying Namada. Happy Sinasim Kia Tolopati Massive Tinabaki Wakan Manava, Wakalon Manava, Aquamas Punsan Zaraga, High protest Pantok Savani, Sigi sit in protest Marueva, Patakim Marueva, Maramdi, Toiva Toto Watok Singasi, Makatana, Tohandanava, Masing Handanava, Aquina, sit in protest in a Besesama Pibani Mayamda.
The protesters shouted slogans condemning torture and killing of inmates at rehabilitation centers. Chief Secretary of Manipur, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, issued an office memorandum regarding the transfer posting policy of employees working in different departments of the state government on June 8. According to the memorandum, a government employee must stay at his or her place of posting for at least 1 year and 6 months and maximum of 3 years at the stretch. No employee who has not stayed at a place of posting for the minimum periods specified above should be transferred without valid reason. The officer or official should have taken posting in the hill areas for at least a total of 9 years during his or her entire service. The postings could be consecutive or done alternately. The employee could be posted in the hill areas for more than 3 years based on his performance. To prevent any disturbances during the financial year, all posting transfers should be notified after the end of financial year in April-May, the notice added. Social international model Diana Mayanglambam is all set to kickstart a bike rally from New Delhi to capital of the state of Imphal in remembrance of the martyrs of 18 June uprising 2001. It may be mentioned that 18 sons and daughters of the soil who laid down their lives on June 18, 2001 in protest against the agreement between Government of India and NSC and IM on ceasefire extension without territorial limit. The bike rally will also spread message to bring alive a global peace, love and brotherhood. Ningol Club and Youth Brilliant Club YBC jointly organized a Mukna competition yesterday at Hairok Part 3, Ngarotel Community Hall in connection with the 22nd Arambam Samarendra Memorial Day. Speaking on the occasion, Pradhan of Hairok Part 1 Gram Panchayat Laishram Khamba said, Arambam Samarendra is the second Iravat of Manipur who relentlessly worked for the upliftment of women and youths as well as for an equal and strong society. Khamba lamented that rather than following in the footsteps of worthy leaders, youths these days are falling into drug hole. He sought people's support in saving the youth. Talking about the Mukna competition, the Pradhan said it was organized with an aim to generate fitness in the society and to promote the sports. A total of 14 Mukna players took part in yesterday's competition. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
The Oracle Galleria, North AOC, opposite Kekrupad, Imphal East, franchise and company retail business to Wayaba Casing Sanjari.
Area of the first floor is 1,862 square feet. Second floor, 2,800 square feet. Third floor, 2,800 square feet. And fourth floor, 2,800 square feet. The Oracle Galleria, North AOC, opposite Kekrupad, Imphal East, is renting rooms suitable for
franchise and company retail business.
For more details, please contact 8810-668-136.
Lasery, Miyamgidamak Mahausa Meat and More, Kesambat Lemasam Lekai, opposite Laisham Lerab. Akanaba chicken ki items sing oina, wings, thigh, drumstick, leg piece, dress, mapung oina, minced chicken sauces. Amadi pork ki items sing oina, rib sauce, ribs curry cut, fat jamdaba, boneless curry cut, smoked pork, minced pork sauces sing fanggali. Mahausa Meat and More pizza riba akanaba chicken amadi pork ki items sing mahaw tambiyo. Makada pizza riba contact number 600-975-4402 amadi 974-111-9206 asida contact you. Restaurant amadi party oina order su luxury. Mahausa Meat and More Kesambat Lemasam Lekai opposite Laisham Lerab.
Welcome back. In a significant initiative, the United Nations General Assembly UNGA has adopted an India-sponsored resolution on multilingualism that mentions the Hindi language over the first time. The resolution passed on Friday encourages the UN to continue disseminating important communications and messages in official as well as in non-official languages, including in Hindi language. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador T.S. Trimurti, said multilingualism is recognized as a core value of the UN and expressed gratitude to the Secretary General for prioritizing multilingualism. India has been partnering with the UN Department of Global Communications DGC since 2018 by providing an extra budgetary contribution to mainstream and consolidate news and multimedia content in the Hindi language, he said. India will press for a permanent solution to the issue of public stockholding of grains for food security programs and strongly protect the interests of farmers and fishermen at the 12th ministerial meet of the World Trade Organization (WTO) beginning on Sunday. The Indian delegation is being led by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. The 4-day 12th Ministerial Conference MC will start on June 12 in Geneva. The meeting is taking place after a gap of 4 years and in the backdrop of the Ukraine-Russia war and uncertain global economic situation. The main issues in the meeting include WTO response to the COVID-19 pandemic, including patent waiver, agriculture and food security, WTO reforms, proposed fisheries subsidies agreement, and extension of the moratorium on electronic transmission. India also wants the WTO to allow exports of food grains from public stocks for international food aid and for humanitarian purposes, especially on a government-to-government basis, an official said. The Indian government has decided to ban all kinds of single-use plastic products. The government has banned the manufacture, sale and use of identified single-use plastic items like plates, cups, straws, trays and polystyrene from July 1, 2022. India's biggest dairy group, Amul, has written to the government urging it to delay a planned ban on tiny plastic straws, saying the move will have a negative impact on farmers and milk consumption in the world's biggest producer of the commodity. Another company wrote to the government about the fact that alternatives for straws, imported paper and biodegradable variants were around 250% more expensive. As a fresh clash broke out between police and protesters at Panchla Bazaar in Howrah today, West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee promised strict action against culprits and said some political parties are behind the violence. Police used tear gas shells to disperse the crowd as protesters pelted stones. Section 144 of CRPC that was imposed in the Uluberia subdivision was extended till June 15. As of now, the Howrah police have arrested 70 people since last night in relation to the violence that broke out on Friday. Meanwhile, BJP MP and West Bengal BJP Vice President Sumitra Khan urged Union Home Minister Amit Shah to deploy central forces in the state in the wake of recent developments that led to suspension of internet services, curfew imposition in several areas of the district. Ukraine pleaded to Western countries for faster deliveries of weapons as better armed Russian forces pounded the east of the country and for humanitarian support to combat growing outbreaks of deadly diseases. To the south, the mayor of Mariupol, reduced to ruins by a Russian siege, said sanitation systems were broken and corpses were rotting in the streets. There is an outbreak of dysentery and cholera. The war, which took over 20,000 residents, unfortunately, with these infection outbreaks, will claim thousands more Mariupolites, adding some wells had been contaminated by corpses. Meanwhile, the war in the east, where Russia is focusing its attention, is now primarily an artillery battle in which Kiev is severely outgunned, Ukrainian officials say. That means the tide of events could be turned only if Washington and others fulfill promises to send more and better weaponry, including rocket systems. Now the headlines once again. Unaco Schools Primary School Perfects Council 2022-23 held. And that brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.
Welcome you all to Unaco Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Nahak, pukning wakhalgi anaba laibra. Drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari. Manipurda ihan hanbo ina Rehabilitation and Child Care Center. इनखलक्लिबा नहासिंगिता ओइबा एक्सपीरियंस लेरबा डॉक्टर्स अमदी क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट सिंगना लायंजरी एक्सपर्ट सिंगना काउंसलिंग पीबा 24/7 CCTV कैमरा दा मॉनिटर तौदुना कुपना सेनबा मॉर्निंग योगा हेल्दी डाइट्स वीकली हेल्थ चेकअप इंटेंसिव डेली रूटीन अवाब कयादगी ngathoknaba leijare याइपोक्पा रिहेबिलिटेशन एंड चाइल्ड केयर सेंटर क्वाकैथेल अखाम लेकाई अदोंगी मथौ तारबदी नाकंदा पिजरीबा कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर असिदा पाव फाउबिराउ
The Oracle Galleria North AOC opposite Kekrupad, Imphal East, franchise and company retail business to Wayaba Casing Sanjari.
Area of the first floor is 1,862 square feet, second floor 2,800 square feet, third floor 2,800 square feet, and fourth floor 2,800 square feet. The Oracle Galleria, not AOC, opposite Kekrupad, Imphal East, is renting rooms suitable for
franchise and company retail business.
For more details, please contact 8810 668 136.
Laser